Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to WCS America. Of course, we're watching the qualifier to see which 8 players are going to get an entry into the Premier Division when things actually truly get rolling on. But we just saw pretty mighty upset. Mystery taking out Jaedong in game number 1. Let's get into game number 2. It's going to be on Cloud Kingdom.
Wow. I don't even know how to say what happened in game 1.
Can it happen?
But the legendary Jaedong going down in the first map. Wow.
All right, introducing the players in the bottom left-hand location. We have the Red Zerg players who honestly, he needs no introduction. Premier Zerg player in the world on Team Evil Geniuses. Considered to go very far in this tournament and considered a favorite to get one of those 8 qualifying spots. He is Jaedong. His opponent in the top right-hand location, we don't know much about him. All we do know is that he took down Jaedong in game number 1. He is around number 59, number 60 on the North American Grandmaster ladder with over 500 games played this season. If he wins this game, we will definitely know a little bit more about him. He is Mystery.
I actually have an update for you guys. So Mystery is part of the Clarity Gaming Academy.
Oh.
Of course, Clarity Gaming, they have a house over here in New York, out in Long Island. So not too far from where our studios are, but that's pretty exciting. Someone very local to our scene, taking out Jaedong in round number 1. A very, very strong performance by him.
In game number 1, it's yet to be seen
Yes.
whether or not
Yes.
he can eliminate Jaedong from
But,
this tournament.
He's already put a mark. He's already put a footprint in the sand and said, you know, we're not going to get, all North Americans are going to get rolled over by these Korean superstars. They may be good, but we have some skills back here in the States as well. And
I think Jaedong's angry.
Jaedong's like, you know what? I want to, you know, get this one over with. Non-speed Zergling Baning timing attack. This is a build
9 harvesters.
I think I only see this build 1 in maybe 10 to 15 ZVZ games. It's very, very risky. You have to do so much damage.
What does Mystery need to do?
Mystery, he's got to get a spine crawler. You have to find a way to deal with the banings.
Main or natural? In the main right away.
Main, yeah, main. And right now it needs to be both. So the natural, you're gonna lose, but that's okay. As long as you don't take too many drone losses, he needs to build a spine crawler though. Without a spine crawler, the thing is, I don't think he knows that it's. Oh, now he knows. Now he knows. And look at that! Instantly built a spine crawler. This guy is good, man.
He's got 2 spine crawlers.
Oh, look at
walling
that!
in Evo chamber right next to spawning pool.
Oh, this is brilliant. I love this play here. Of course, they can still. I think there's a still hole if Jaedong goes around the left side, but that's going to take a lot more time. He's already going after the banings.
Here comes the banelings. The lings being split off. One baneling is gone. The second one trying to get targeted. The queen coming forward. He's going to get surrounded though.
Queen focus the baning.
Trying to. The spine crawlers might get finished though. The baneling going to try to wrap around, getting to the back of the drones.
There's a hole. But one
detonation. Oh, the drones are so low in health. Got to run those away from the lings. The spine crawlers are finishing up here. And the drone's trying to stay away from the Solix, trying to stay alive. Mystery still with more lings in production. Jaedong has a supply lead, 18-8.
Oh, how many drones died there? I think he lost too many drones and
7.
Yeah. The thing is you can actually, if you don't build 2 spawns and 2 evos, you can afford to do 7 drones to this, but not if you spend. He really lost 11 drones, right?
Because he built those buildings.
Exactly, plus additional minerals. So unfortunately, going forward, he's definitely significantly behind Jaedong. Jaedong now is speed on the way, and you can transition out of this. It was a really, really cool defense. You know, I think he built the evos too early. He should have waited so he could cancel. Right? If he waited until the banings start coming up and then start the evos, I think that might have worked a little better. This was a really great defense, just not quite great enough to match Jaedong's aggression, but he's still in it. It's not game over. He's behind. Jaedong's up in food. Jaedong has speed on the way. He's heading attack, but with the spine crawlers, Mystery...
You don't have to build those later.
Yeah, he can afford to be super greedy.
Yeah.
The tricky part is, though, he can be greedy to a limit, and that limit is how much can you get off one base. Because it's going to be difficult to move down to his natural, given the fact that, you know, the spines can't get there until he spreads the creep, and he's fighting against speedlings, or soon-to-be speedlings, and banelings, and now Jaedong's taking his natural.
Jaedong has a baneling and a few lings lurking outside the natural expansion of Mystery, trying to keep an eye on what's going on. Overlord getting picked at by a queen. He should be able to stay alive. And Jaedong, again, just adding on those drones. We're at 15 to 12. Jaedong adding on 5 more there. It's going to get up there. Going to be doubling his opponent's economy fairly soon. Mystery kind of deviating a little bit. He's actually taking some gas. So he might be thinking of doing some banelings of his own.
It's a tough choice. I mean, if he wants to go down and defend his hatchery, he kind of needs banelings.
Yeah.
Right. He can't defend speedings, banelings, the Surgeons, or he needs to wait to spread creep. But he's not spreading the creep because he needs those injects. So he does kind of have to go for banelings. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, the spines aren't in the wall anymore, and now the speedings are going to come and try to do some damage. Great defense there, though.
Yeah, get to pull one of those spines back.
Yeah, a smart play.
But Jaedong, he has all the momentum.
Yeah, Jaedong's got economic advantage, tech advantage, and the economic advantage is going to get worse now that Jaedong's about to have 2 queens and 2 hatcheries, fully producing extra Zerglings, drones, whatever he needs. So Mystery needs to find some ace in the hole to find a way back in this game. I don't know what it is.
Jaedong might just keep putting on a lot of pressure, and I don't see why not.
So here's something you guys know. If you're ever ahead in the game like Jaedong is, right, and you want to make sure you don't lose it, the key secret is don't necessarily try to go in and totally kill your opponent, right, with spines and defenses. You might just throw too much away, but always deny them from expanding. And then you'll just be a base up, and you'll proceed to get more and more ahead. The key thing here is that's exactly what Jaedong wants to do. He's not going to try to kill Mystery's main base. Just keep denying the natural over and over again as Jaedong gets further and further ahead.
And if you're talking about what can Mystery do in this situation, I mean, when your opponent, starts off with that Superior Economy, has all these, he's just trying to bust into the natural expansion here. Sending forward those Lings, taking the Queens very low in health. One of them down to 22. The Baneling's starting to detonate, finding a hole, but going to back away. The 2 spines at the top, a little bit too much. But, Jaedong, at this point, he has 2 bases. He's got fine saturation on both, adding on a Roachhorn, continuing to add on Lings and Banelings. And again, Mystery is limited to his 1 base. Speed is just now finishing. But he has a lot of Speedlings, so might try to do a counterattack.
He's actually getting the armor upgrade. And once that finishes, Jaedong's Banelings won't one-shot his Speedlings. You know what he's going to go for. He's actually just going for a mass speeding armor attack. And if Jaedong tried to go straight to Mutalisk, there is a small chance that he might catch Jaedong off guard and win the game. Jaedong's been a little bit safe though, just getting the Roachhorn. He's got his own Baning, so. But I like the idea Mystery's going for here. This is actually, you got to take a gamble, right? When you're behind and going for. Look how he's building nothing but speedings, but he's hiding them, and he's gonna wait until his armor gets probably almost all the way complete. Then he's gonna move out and try to time it so armor completes right before he hits Jaedong, and that's actually a neat little off-timing attack that you never really see. Because it normally you don't want to get the Evo and spend all the money on Carapace, but he already had the Evo chamber built. So it makes perfect sense given his position he's in right now to try to attempt this play.
Jaedong has a Roachhorn on the ground, so he has the ability to make roaches as soon as he spots what's going on. In fact, there we go. 7 roaches in production here. +1 missile is about 30% of the way done. A roach speed is underway. 4 Banelings are being made. Mystery going out exactly when you said he would, right when that Carapace is almost finished. He's going to try to hit this timing, but I don't know if it exists anymore considering all the roaches Jaedong is about to have on the field.
If he can catch the roaches when they're coming out one by one, surround them and take them out, he has a chance. But if the roaches group up, it's going to be very tough. Oh, there's still 3 Bane. Oh!
Not bad at all.
Great dodge on those Baning hits, but now the roaches are grouped up. I think there may be too many. He's going to see what he can do. Another Baning. Oh, is that Baning going to explode? If it does, it hit a lot. There it goes.
Yeah.
And yeah, just too much from Jaedong.
Jaedong going for the early Zergling Baneling attack against slow Banelings. Mystery almost had a great defense, but just 1 or 2 little mistakes, and Jaedong was able to take advantage. And once you're at that point where you don't have a lot of economy, especially against a player like Jaedong, and Jaedong's just able to continually deny your natural expansion, it's hard to find a way to come back in that situation.
Yeah, I think he chose the right way. First he tried to expand, and we realized Jaedong wasn't going to let him expand. Went for that big speedling armor timing in. If Jaedong didn't have those roaches, it might have worked.
All right, guys, you're watching the qualifiers for the Premier League of WCS America. Mystery versus Jaedong in round number 1. Mystery won game 1, Jaedong won game number 2, which means we're tied 1-1. Coming up, we're going to have game 3. Stay tuned.